Thank you. Now what I'm going to do is ask if we can get a show of hands. Some people are very good at coming up in ideas and feel very natural in that space, and others don't feel so good in that space. If you're one of those people who don't like being put on the spot and asked to come up with good ideas, would you give me a show of hands? Show of hands, yes. There are some at the back. Good, because not everyone is good at coming up with ideas. So, where do good ideas come from? Well, good ideas come from problems. Good ideas start with a problem. So perhaps those people who put your hands up, you simply don't have enough problems in your life. And maybe we can help with that in a moment and show you some ways of coming up with good ideas. So what's a problem? Well, a problem is an obstruction, something that gets between you and the answer. If you ask a question, you get an answer, there's no problem. If you ask a question and you don't get an answer, then there probably is a problem. So you need to make sure, first of all, that there is a problem before you come up with the idea. If you want to come up with an idea for a better plasma screen, then you've got to say, what's the problem with this one? Is it too big? Is it too heavy? Does it give off too much heat? Because without the problem, you're not going to come up with the idea. So in the next few minutes, what we're going to do is just under 5 minutes, I think I'm going to take you on a journey of coming up with ideas. So everyone will know the format for coming up with ideas. But first of all, let's go back in time to the 1960s. We're in Madison Avenue, and adverts look a bit like this. And be crafting those adverts is a guy called James Webb Young, and he's a great copywriter. And he's writing those ads, and just a mile up the road, the newspaper industry, they're gathered around the table and they're trying to solve a problem. They've been selling newspapers, advertising space. Now they need to start selling ideas. So they dispatch a young chap to run up to Madison Avenue, knock on the door of James Webb Young and say, where do good ideas come from? Well, James Webb Young answers the door and he hears this and he bursts out laughing, saying, well, this is ridiculous to ask me where good ideas come from. Good ideas come from no particular place. They come from here. And good ideas, sometimes they come from here. And good ideas sometimes, perhaps, come from here. And it gets him thinking. Perhaps there is a process that exists for coming up with good ideas. So now I'm going to walk you through that process. It's 5 stages that you need to know to come up with the idea. Step one is you need to be a detective. You need to get out there and understand the problem. You need to ask lots of questions and really find out what the problem is. Because remember, good ideas come from solving problems. It's no good just sitting at your desk and typing up. You've got to get all the information until you're confused. So much information is filling your head and you simply can't answer it anymore. Then that's going to take you on to the second stage. And the second stage is to get all the silly ideas, all those ridiculous ideas, all those first ideas that come to you out of the way. You're going to let them go. And this is where most people stop. This is the bit, they come up with that first idea, the silly idea, they go, well, that's it, I've solved it. You're not there. There's 5 stages. So you let the silly ideas get away. Stage 3, the next stage, very easy stage. This one, anyone can do this one. You simply forget about it. It doesn't matter. Let the idea go, because what's going to happen then is your subconscious mind is going to kick in, and the subconscious mind takes all that information that scared you and it filters it all down and it turns it into a process of solving the problem. And it does this 24/7 whilst you're sleeping, whilst you're awake. If you can't get away from the problem, simply juggle, and that will help you move away from thinking about the problem. So, stage 4, what is stage 4? Well, be ready for ideas to come at the most unlikely time. So you're taking a shower, you're going running for the bus, and an idea is suddenly going to come to you. You need to be able to write that idea down. Fortunately, most of us have mobile devices now that you can type on, so you can quickly write that idea down. And stage 5, the final stage of the 5 stages of coming up with ideas, is to shape and craft that idea. You shape and craft it. But hang on a minute, you're saying, oh, this was in the 60s they came up with this. Surely none of this is applicable anymore. We're not in 1960 now, and we certainly don't look like this. I hope nobody here. So can any of this be applicable in today's world? Well, yes, it is, because problems haven't changed. We still have problems, and problems that need solving, whether we needed to solve them 150 years ago or in 150 years' time. So, to solve those problems, all we need to do is think of the 5 stages. First of all, gather the information, get the first ideas out of the way, forget about it altogether, be ready for ideas to come at the most unlikely time, share and shape and craft that idea until it is fit for purpose. And then you, like these great people and others, especially this chap, will be able to develop and come up with amazing, great ideas. Thank you very much for your time.